from those chapters. This past week we looked at together Exodus chapters 23 through 33. As you go through these chapters, we're at Mount Sinai. The people of Israel, they have crossed through the Red Sea. They are now at Mount Sinai, and Moses is on top of the mountain as the Lord is speaking to him. Of course, Moses receives the 10 Commandments. We heard about that in chapter 20. But in addition to that, there's lots of other instruction that the Lord gives. Things connected to the construction of the tabernacle, the furniture that goes in the tabernacle, and all those special items for worship while they're going to be in the wilderness. So again, that tabernacle is that place of worship, that tent of worship that the Israelites are going to use for the next 40 years and even beyond, as they enter into the promised land and even worship in that tabernacle while they're in the promised land until, of course, Solomon builds that permanent temple, that building. But I think in the midst of all those instructions, we see some neat things. We see that the Lord has a plan for them, that he has set them apart from other peoples, that they are called to be holy. And we also see that he equips them for all that they need. From the plunder they took from Egypt, they have the items necessary in order to build the tabernacle and all of its furnishings. The Lord even blesses individuals with the skill and the craftsmanship to craft those things. We hear about that in chapter 31. Oholiab and Bezalel, he giftly uniques and others too to make those items possible, including the Ark of the Covenant. But I think the thing that probably stands out the most colorful part of these chapters is the golden calf. Maybe we recall that from the 10 Commandments movie of Charlton Heston, if you've seen that classic film. While Moses is there and he's on Mount Sinai, the people below, they sin pretty egregiously as they build this golden calf. So they come before Aaron of all people, Moses' brother, and the one who will be the first of the high priests, and they say, build for us a god, an idol. And he does. He builds this golden calf, and the people start to worship it. They start to say that this is the one who's brought us out of Egypt, and how absurd that is. They just built this thing. How in the world did it deliver them out of Egypt? And yet that's what they say. The people rise up to play, and that's kind of a euphemism, a nice way of saying that they're sinning probably sexually in the worship of this golden calf, and it's just a mess. Moses comes down off the mountain. He sees what the people have done. He is angry. The Lord is angry. And God is ready to consume the people and to just start over again with Moses. But Moses, we see here, does something interesting. He intercedes on behalf of the people. He appeals to the Lord on their behalf. And he says, Lord, don't let the Egyptians and others think bad of you or think that you delivered your people out of slavery for nothing. No, preserve these people. And the Lord does. The Lord has mercy on them. There's still consequences to their sin, but the Lord has mercy on the people as a whole. And this whole account, as strange as it sounds and as terrible as it sounds, and it is terrible, we also see ourselves in it too, right? We may not worship a golden calf. We may not worship an idol, but we certainly do have other gods. First commandment, right? You shall have no other gods. What does this mean? We should fear, love, trust in God above all things. And so often we love and trust in other things other than God, whether it's money or ourselves or a political figure, whoever that might be. And we might place our trust in them rather than in the Lord. And so during those times when we break the first commandment, thanks be to God that we have an intercessor that's even greater than Moses, someone that becomes before our Father in heaven and his Father in heaven, Jesus Christ, who comes before the Father on our behalf and says, Look, Father, have mercy on them. Father, forgive them. And for Jesus' sake, for his Son's sake, he does. He does. So thanks be to God for that. So as we read through the rest of what we call the Pentateuch, those first 5 books of the Bible, be looking for that. Look at those places where Israel has sinned, but times where Moses goes before the Lord in their behalf, looking for mercy on the people. And before you're too tough on Israel, we want to think about ourselves too, and how easily we grumble, how easily we stray from the Lord. And we thank God that Israel's Savior is our Savior. They look forward to him. We look back to him, to Jesus Christ, the one who came and died and rose for us, and whose second coming we do look forward to. So for next week, we also look forward to reading together in Exodus chapter 34 through Leviticus chapter 3. So we'll finish up Exodus and get into Leviticus. Looking forward to reading along with you. God's blessings on